So in other words, to the story that I just told you offhand, for me, see, for most people, this is what's crazy. And I think you're the same way. You're always going to be like this. You know when people say it's just business? It's never just frickin' business. I'm sorry. It's not. Because it's all personal. It's never just business. Just business means when you're going to screw somebody over and you're doing it, you're trying to justify your morality on the decision you just made.
Right.
That's bullshit. You can bleep that out. It's never just business. It's always personal. Because people that you socialize with, be with, hang out with, have relationships with, it's always personal. Because who are you as a person? If I can't go into business with you because of who you are as a person, and you're the type of person that goes, it's just business, I don't want nothing to do with you.
You've had enough of those over the years.
Yeah, there's enough people out there that owe me money, that have screwed me over, and it just doesn't get old. It still hurts, still sucks, but I'm not going to change. You know, Mom used to get on me all the time.
I know. We were talking about it the other day.
Everybody's
too trusting.
Yeah, people you trust everybody, let people screw you over and take advantage of you. And,
somebody's listening right now like, I know who to call. Screw over next.
Oh, yeah. Call me up. Hey, I'll give you my cell number. You want to borrow money? Give me a call. I'll give it to you. Shit. All right. I'm tired of crying like a baby.
All right.
Let's talk about these listings that are on the market. So lately, there's been a trend, and I think other realtors are finding it too. Okay? The Las Vegas trend for people that have houses that are listed currently is they call other real estate agents and tell them that their agent isn't doing a good job, and I need you to come and help me. I need you to come and give me your presentation. I need you to come and buy my house. I need you to come and tell me your marketing. I need you to come and tell me where it's at. Be honest with me.
Right.
And I'm seeing everything under the sun on why that house isn't selling. Number one. Give me number one, Jacob. Just give me one.
The number one or
Just
one?
give me any one.
I'm giving you the number one.
It could be the number one.
Price.
Yes. If you think you know what the price is more than your realtor,
why are you hiring?
It's one of two things that are wrong. Either you got the wrong real estate agent, or because they're not telling you where it is priced.
They're not doing their job.
Right. And number two is you don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
Because you're going to Zillow and Realtor.com, and you might have a general idea, but you don't know everything. So find an agent that tells you or assists you in coming up with a price, right?
Right.
And then listen to them. And then hopefully they help you to understand why it should be valued at that price. So that's probably the number one. The other thing that I'm finding out, Jake, is that days on market is longer. So if someone's house doesn't get a showing in a week or two, or if it doesn't sell in the first 30 days, they're panicking.
Right.
And what are they doing? Calling us.
Well, I mean,
calling somebody else.
We're the people that were getting those calls for 90 days, 120 days, you know. The one I went on yesterday was a year. And they started that
started at 1 point something million?
1,050,000.
Yeah, they're down to 8.
They were down to 865, and it shouldn't have been listed a dime over 800 to begin with, and it's worth 750.
Right. Because of the area.
Well, just the house as well, just the comps. It's not updated. It's cute and turnkey, but it's not updated. Yard's pretty basic. It's in a gated community, but yeah, it's out there by UNLV, and someone justifying paying that much money for that property is just real tough. It's great square footage, great property, but it needs. If they want to get it modern, it needs a full remodel. And the full remodeled one built in 2020, or brand new home built in 2020 that's modern custom, sold for $900.
Right.
So you can assume where this really should be. $750 might be a little high, but I wouldn't take. I told them I'm not touching it unless you go at least down to $800.
There are areas in Las Vegas and areas in the country where you just don't spend $1 million for a house.
Be careful.
Yeah, you just don't. Right. If you're like one of the few $1 million, or you think the house is worth $1 million in that area, probably in the wrong area. I'm not going to buy the highest price home in a certain area. I'd rather have the lowest price home in that area, right?
Get less house and less features in the nicest area for less.
Because the old adage, like everything else, if you hang out with billionaires, what eventually is going to happen to you?
Usually you're some of the 5 people you hang out the most with.
You're going to end up being a billionaire. If you hang out with guys that make $15 an hour, which is nothing wrong with that, by the way. This is strictly just talking about income. More than likely, you're never going to go too much higher than $15 an hour, right? Your house. If your house is in an area and you're the most expensive house in your community,
You're getting
or
dragged
your entire
down.
area, you're getting dragged down. Right. Sorry, you're not getting dragged down.
No matter how much money you've put into it, you're
Right.
not gonna. Eventually, there comes a point where it's not worth it. There's no return.
Right. But if you're the guy that has the cheapest house in the nicest area, what's probably going to happen?
You're gonna get brought up.
You're going to get brought up. You just are. Just how it works. I think life works like that. When I play golf, I'm tired of golfing with bad golfers.
I know you golf.
It's hurting my handicap.
You golf with me, and like you just don't know how to
You're
play.
killing me
anymore.
right now.
You play horribly. And you golf, we get Mitch and Pete out there, like, or whoever, and you're like, I shot a 74 yesterday, and I'm like, I've never seen it.
Right. But how are you going to get better if you don't golf with Dad?
Right.
Or better golfers, right?
Fair enough.
It's not. So these people, their houses are on the market 30 days, 60 days, 70 days. And you know what? That's okay. We have 3 months of inventory, right, Jake?
Right.
2.95, you said.
Yep.
That means if we sell a couple thousand single-family homes a month, and there's 3,000, and there's 3 months of inventory, that means we got about 6,000 single-family homes on the market, which is about what we do.
Exactly.
Right? It's about what we have.
It's exactly what we got, basically.
It's not panic mode. Sometimes things just take time. But you have to be patient. Your agent should communicate with you. I get fooled a few times. We have this beautiful townhouse in Green Valley, not far from the Fountains House.
Okay.
Dude, it's been on the market 2 months, bro. Not one showing.
Well, you're too high.
Oh.
You're too high. I don't know what
Well,
to tell you.
this is what happened weird.
I don't care what sold 2 months ago. You're too high right now.
No, this is what's crazy. The same model, completely remodeled though. Now the one that hasn't been shown is really nice, but not remodeled,
faded.
but really nice. Upstairs unit, open, airy. The trees come in from the balcony. It just has that great feel, right?
Right.
We closed one in there for $390. We listed hers at that time at $360. I just closed one at $390.
Well, you said remodeled.
Yeah, but $360.
30,000?
I should get a look. 30,000 lower.
It sounds like it needs to be at $330.
As soon as we listed hers, one closes for $315, and another one's contingent at $330.
Right. That's why I
She's
said
at
she needs to
$360.
be at $330.
So we dropped it after no one showed it for a month. No one, not our company, nobody. We dropped it to $340. Now she'll go to $330.
Yep.
And I think we're getting down to where it should be. But
I had the same conversation
I'm
with some of my sellers the other day. Like, we can't get caught chasing the market down. I'm not saying the market's going down, but certain communities.
But it's not going up.
Certain communities are seeing more inventory than others. And you do not want to be in the situation where your neighbors are dropping their price quicker than you and they're selling and you're not. Now there's a caveat to that, right?
Yep.
If these rates recover at all, it's not going to matter. You're just going to sit longer and you're going to sit, the inventory will get eaten up a little bit anyways, right? The ones that are close, that are right at market value, they'll get eaten up anyways in the next 2 months because our sales are picking up, even though our inventory is picking up, right? But it just depends where those new listings go, how good the agents are at really monitoring comps, right? Like, I've got a few right now where I'm like, dude, we went down 1,000, they went down 500, they went down 1,500, then now we got to go down 500 because the comps aren't even though the comps show where we listed, there's been 4 more homes listed within 0.2 miles in the last month. And they came in right below us. And the next one came in right below us.
And it's not
a lot.
It's not all price.
It's not a lot. It's like
But it's the main
very,
factor.
very little amounts. Like, we're talking hundreds of dollars, not even thousands. They're just dropping. And we're talking more like right now, the lower end of the market, single family homes, right?
Jacob, I went on this listing the other day, another one where there's a couple houses. The house is listed by another agent. I get the phone call.
Right.
I talk to him. I go, look, your house is listed with another agent. You're calling me so I can at least give you some help. By the way, I never will go and dog another realtor. I never will say what that real estate agent's not doing because that's not my job or my place. And I don't want to have that name, that reputation. But I will tell you what we will do.
Go present our services.
I'll present our services. So I go to the house. What we will do, which that one didn't do, is when we do a virtual tour, our professional photos, we're going to make sure that all the pots and pans and your trash and your laundry is not in the picture. Right? We're going to make sure that your house is clean. We're going to make sure that the landscape's cleaned up. We're going to also make sure that it's priced right according to how the house looks. Or we're not going to take the listing. We're not going to do it.
Spend too much money up front to take listings just for fun.
And here's why other real estate agents can do this and we can't. Other real estate agents take a listing and it costs them absolutely zero to take that listing. They take some photos.
They charge the client directly for the photos.
Or they a couple $100 for photos. They shove it in the MLS. They're done.
They do an email flyer to all realtors for $15.
If that. Hey, don't get carried away. Don't get crazy, dude. Don't give them all the benefit of the doubt here. Especially if they're only charging 1%.
We're not dogging over here.
What the hell do you think you're going to get? I don't care. Let them call me. I know them all anyways. We're just ranting. What the hell are you going to get for 1%? I don't know, but you ain't going to get that. Now, on the other hand, I'm going to say, if you hire, and there's other people out there that are extremely professional. I got some great friends.
About apples here, by the way, guys.
Yeah, I'm talking about, I'm going to even say their names. The ones that are extremely professional that are my names. My friend Delinda Crampton is a dynamite agent, right? My friend Ivan Shears, dynamite agent. My friend Rick Brinkus, dynamite agent. My buddy Sam Cole, dynamite agent. I could go on and go on and go on. Matter of fact, we should have more real estate colleagues on the show to talk about what they do. I think we're going to start doing that.
Okay.
But they're dynamite agents. But we spend money right off the bat marketing the property. The virtual tour that we spend and the photos could cost excess of $1,000 or more.
Google ads.
To do it right.
Facebook ads.
Google ads. Facebook, Instagram ads, TikTok videos, home magazines, virtual and real ones, our database marketing.
Postcards, yep.
Right?
All the above.
Everything. When we start spending, we start spending money because here's why. When you hire us to sell your house, we really want to sell it. We want to represent the buyer and the seller, right? Not just the seller.
Yeah.
So we start spending money. So, let's take a break. When we come back, we're gonna duck dive and finish this commercial because
getting fired up today.
Well, and there's a lot of people out there right now where their house is listed, it's not selling, and there's other reasons why it's not selling. I just want to let you know.
Right.
All right. What do you think, Jacob?
Sounds good. Let's take a break.
Let's take a break.